The sun descends toward the western horizon. The sky above the river turns soft and golden. The water reflects the changing light, a mirror of copper and amber. The day is ending. The heat is fading. A gentler time is beginning. You stand on the bank of the Indus, watching the river flow past. It is wide here, broader than you can throw a stone across. The current moves steadily, patient and strong. It has flowed this way for longer than memory. It will flow this way forever. The opposite bank is distant, a line of green and brown against the pale sky. Trees grow there, their roots reaching down to the water. Beyond the trees, the land rises slowly toward low hills. But here, on this side, the bank is gentle. The earth slopes down to the water's edge, packed hard by feet and time. The light continues to fade. The gold in the sky deepens to orange, then to rose. The river darkens. It is no longer a mirror, but something deeper, something that holds secrets and silence. The sound of the water is constant, a soft rushing that fills the air. It is not loud. It is simply present, like breath. You walk slowly along the path that follows the river. The earth is cool beneath your feet. During the day it baked in the sun, hard and hot. But now it releases that heat back to the sky. The air around you is warm still, but cooling. The change is subtle. You feel it on your skin, a gentleness settling over everything. A few boats are pulled up on the bank, their wooden hulls dark and weathered. By day, these boats carried fishermen out onto the water, or travellers moving between settlements. But now they rest. The oars are stowed. The nets are folded. There is no movement except the slight rocking as small waves lap against the hulls. You pass a cluster of dwellings set back from the river. They are simple structures built of sun-dried brick. The walls are thick and sturdy. The roofs are flat, made of wooden beams and packed earth. Doorways face the river, open to catch the evening breeze. Lamps are beginning to glow inside the homes. Small flames, warm and yellow. They cast soft light through the doorways, spilling out onto the ground. But the light does not reach far. It fades quickly into the growing darkness. Each home becomes its own small world, contained and peaceful. The sky overhead is deepening to blue. The first stars appear, faint at first, then clearer. They are scattered across the vast expanse like seeds thrown by an invisible hand. You stop walking and look up. The stars seem to pulse with light, breathing in and out. It is a trick of the atmosphere, of distance and clarity, but it is beautiful. The river continues its endless journey beside you. You cannot see it clearly now, but you can hear it. The sound is soothing, a constant presence that requires nothing of you. It simply is. It flows from the distant mountains, carrying snowmelt and rainwater, carrying the essence of the land through which it passes. You think of those mountains far to the north. You have heard of them, but never seen them. They are said to touch the sky, their peaks covered in snow that never melts. The Indus begins there, as a small stream tumbling over rocks. It gathers strength as it descends, fed by other streams, growing wider and deeper until it becomes this great river flowing past you now. A breeze stirs the air. It moves across the water, picking up coolness and moisture. When it reaches you, it is refreshing. You breathe it in. The air tastes clean, faintly of water and earth and growing things. The fields beyond the river are irrigated by channels that branch from the main flow. Those fields produce grain and vegetables, sustaining the people who live here. But at night, the fields are quiet. The work has stopped. The planting and tending and harvesting will resume with the morning. For now, there is only stillness. The plants grow in the darkness, silently reaching toward the stars. They do not need light to continue their work. They need only water and earth and time. You walk further along the path. It curves with the river, following its gentle bends. The Indus does not rush. It is too large for rushing. It flows with the patience of something ancient, something that knows its own strength. During the rainy season, it swells and spreads, covering the low-lying banks. But now, in the dry time, it stays within its course, reliable and calm. Ahead, you see the glow of a fire. A small group has gathered on the riverbank. They sit in a circle around the flames, speaking in low voices. You cannot hear their words, only the murmur of conversation. It is a peaceful sound, human and warm. You do not approach. You let them have their gathering. You continue on your way. The moon is rising now. You see its glow touching the eastern sky, turning the darkness to a softer shade. And then the moon itself appears, round and full, climbing slowly above the horizon. It is enormous at first, a great orange disk that seems impossibly close. But as it rises, it shrinks and pales, becoming the familiar silver circle you know so well. The river catches the moonlight immediately. The surface of the water begins to shimmer, broken into countless points of light by the movement of the current. It is as if the stars have fallen into the water and are being carried downstream. The effect is hypnotic. You stand and watch, letting your eyes follow the flowing light. The land around you emerges from darkness. The moon is bright enough to cast shadows, faint but visible. You can see the path ahead more clearly now. The trees along the bank become individual shapes rather than a single dark mass. The boats on the shore gleam faintly, their wet wood reflecting the light. You leave the main path and walk toward a large tree that grows near the water. It is an old tree, thick-trunked and spreading. Its branches reach out over the river, creating a canopy of leaves. Beneath the tree, the ground is smooth and clear. Countless people have rested here before you. The earth is packed hard and level. You sit down, leaning your back against the trunk of the tree. The bark is rough, but not uncomfortable. The tree is solid and patient, rooted deep in the earth beside the river. It has stood here for many years. It has seen many nights like this one, many moons rising, many seasons turning. From where you sit, you have a wide view of the river. The water stretches out before you, vast and dark, scattered with moonlight. The opposite bank is visible now as a low line against the sky. Everything is rendered in shades of silver and black, simple and clear. The sound of the water is closer here. You can hear the distinct voice of the current, the way it moves around unseen obstacles beneath the surface. There is a rhythm to it, not regular like a heartbeat, but flowing and continuous. It is the rhythm of nature, of water finding its way downhill, always moving, never stopping. A bird calls out from somewhere in the darkness. A single note, clear and pure. Another bird answers, further away. Then silence returns. The birds have settled for the night. They roost in the trees and reeds along the riverbank, safe from predators, rocked gently by the breeze. You close your eyes and simply listen. The river, the breeze in the leaves above you, your own breath. These are the only sounds. There is no human noise now. The settlement behind you has grown quiet. The people have finished their evening tasks and retreated to their homes. They lie on their sleeping mats, talking softly or already drifting into dreams. You open your eyes. The moon has climbed higher. Its light is stronger now, almost bright. You can see the texture of the riverbank, the way the earth is layered and grooved by water. During floods, the river carries silt and deposits it along its course. This rich soil is what makes the land fertile, what allows crops to grow in abundance. The people here understand the river. They know its moods and cycles. They know when it will rise and when it will fall. They build their homes above the floodline. They channel the water to their fields at the right times. They fish the waters and travel upon them. The river gives everything. It is the source of life. You think of the cities that have risen along this river over the ages. Some still stand. Others are gone, returned to the earth. But all of them owed their existence to the Indus, to its reliable flow and generous gift of water. Without the river, there would be only desert here, dry and barren. But with the river, there is life. Trees and crops and animals, birds and fish, and people building their homes and raising their families, generation after generation. All of it made possible by water flowing from distant mountains to the faraway sea. A fish jumps in the river, breaking the surface with a soft splash. You see the ripples spreading outward, circles of disturbed water catching the moonlight. Then the surface smooths again. The fish has descended back into the depths, invisible once more. The river holds many fish, some small, some large. They are another gift, another form of sustenance. The breeze picks up slightly. The leaves above you rustle, a sound like whispered conversation. The branches sway gently. A few leaves break free and flutter down, landing on the ground around you or drifting out over the water. The tree is eternal, but its leaves are temporary.
They grow and fall and grow again, season after season. You shift your position, settling more comfortably against the trunk. The tree seems to welcome you, to offer its strength and stability. You are small beside it, temporary like the leaves, but you are here now, in this moment, and that is enough. The night deepens. The sky is fully dark now, the stars brilliant against the black. They form patterns that the wise can read, signs that guide travelers and mark the passage of time. But you do not need to read them tonight. You only need to see them, to know that they are there, constant and beautiful. The river flows on. It does not tire. It does not pause. From the mountains to the sea, it follows its ancient course, shaped by the land and shaping the land in return. It is both powerful and gentle, capable of destruction and creation. But tonight, it is simply peaceful, a presence beside you in the darkness. You hear footsteps on the path behind you. Someone is walking along the river, moving quietly through the night. You do not turn to look. It is not your concern. The person passes by, visible for a moment in the moonlight, then fading back into shadow. Perhaps they are returning home from a late task. Perhaps they simply could not sleep and came to walk beside the water. Either way, they are gone now. Silence returns. You are alone again, beneath the tree, the river flowing past. The solitude is comfortable. You have no need for company or conversation. The night itself is company enough. The river is conversation enough. You think of the water that flows past you now. It came from rain that fell in the mountains, perhaps many days ago. It trickled down rocky slopes, joined with other trickles to form streams. Those streams merged into rivers, and those rivers into this great waterway. The water has travelled far. It has seen much, and now it passes you here on this bank, on this night. Soon it will reach the sea. The fresh water will mix with salt water, becoming part of the vast ocean, and from the ocean, water will evaporate and form clouds. those clouds will drift back over the land, back to the mountains, where they will release their rain, and the cycle will continue, endless and perfect. Everything is connected. The mountains and the river and the sea and the sky and the mountains, round and round, forever. You are part of that cycle too. The water you drink came from the river. The food you eat was grown with river water. You are made of this place, of this river, of this moment.
A sense of peace settles over you, deep and complete. There is nowhere else you need to be, nothing else you need to do. The night will pass in its own time. The moon will cross the sky. The stars will wheel overhead. And you will rest here, beneath this tree, beside this river, held gently by the darkness. Your eyelids grow heavy. The sound of the water is like a lullaby, steady and soothing. You let your eyes close. The darkness behind your eyelids is soft and welcoming. You can still sense the moonlight, still hear the river, still feel the solid trunk of the tree against your back. But you are drifting now, floating on the edge of sleep. Thoughts come and go like leaves on the current, appearing briefly and then disappearing. You do not hold on to them. You let them pass. There is nothing that needs your attention now. The river flows. The moon climbs. The stars shine. And you rest, suspended between waking and sleeping, part of the night and part of the river, part of the ancient rhythm that has no beginning and no end. Time passes. You do not know how much. It does not matter. The night is long and patient. There is time enough for everything. Time to rest. Time to dream. Time to simply be. Eventually, you will rise. You will walk back along the path to your home. You will lie down on your sleeping mat and pull a blanket over yourself. You will sleep deeply, cradled by the cool night air and the distant sound of the river. But that is later. For now, you are here, beneath the tree, beside the water. And here is perfect. Here is enough. The river continues its journey. The water that passed you a moment ago is already far downstream. New water takes its place, identical and different, part of the same endless flow. The river is always changing and never changing. It is always here and always moving on. You are like the water. You are here now, in this moment, but you are part of something larger, something that flows through time and space. You came from somewhere. You are going somewhere. But right now, you are here, and that is all that matters. The peace deepens. Your breathing slows. Your body relaxes completely. The boundary between yourself and the world around you begins to dissolve. You are the tree. You are the river. You are the moonlight and the darkness and the stars. Everything is one. Everything is connected. Everything is at rest. The Indus flows softly through the night. The moon shines down upon the water. The stars watch from their distant places. And you, beneath the tree, let go completely. There is nothing to hold, nothing to worry about, nothing to do but rest. The river will carry you. The night will hold you. Sleep will come gently, like water flowing, inevitable and kind. All is well. All is peace. All is rest. The night is long and deep, and you are safe within it, held by the earth and the water and the sky, held by the ancient
Rhythm of the river flowing from the mountains to the sea, carrying you softly into dreams. Rest now. Rest completely. Let the river flow. Let the moon shine. Let sleep come like water, gentle and sure. Everything is as it should be. Everything is well. The river flows. The night